You've been listening to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Tobey LaRoche here with Mark Ramone, and we just heard a beautiful song by Michael Suddes out of Hartford, Connecticut called Dragonfly. And before that, we heard Diana Daniels out of Northampton, Massachusetts, performing a song Drifter. Now, Michael is someone I've played one of his songs once before, and I think I played it just before he released his most recent album back at the end of 2025, I think, or sometime in 2025. And then the album came out and this song was on it, and I fell in love with this one too. But I'm just a huge fan of Michael's voice and overall sound with his recordings. You know, he has such a great sense of production, and his songs always feel so open and big. You know, really his solo
Mm.
performance always impresses me as well. But his recordings are just really, I don't know, they're really impactful. And I just really loved the playful imagery of this tune. You know, it's a nice one. What did you think of it, Mark?
We've played Michael before, and I've always been impressed with how chill his music is.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube playlist that comes out regularly featuring music of this vibe. Each song gets like a million listens, and
Mm.
I think I mentioned it before. I don't know if Michael took me up on it, but if you
Mm.
look into it, Indie Folk Centro,
Oh
I
yeah.
think you have to like pay to get on these playlists. But if
Mm.
they're getting like a million hits, and you think about it, if somebody likes your song, they're gonna go to your website or they're gonna find you and search you out and play more of your music. So I wonder if it's worth paying that fee.
It might be. It might be. Yeah. Yeah. I'll try to recommend it to him this time around, instead of just expecting him to hear it on the air. You know, and this song, I asked him to tell me a bit about it, and he told me that this is a really unique song for him because he doesn't really get tired of playing it, which is not always the case with all of his songs. And I can attest that sometimes, songs can get stale for a
Mm.
songwriter. But he wrote it on the last day of a summer vacation. It kind of has that summer vacation vibe after like three different dragonflies landed on him within the
Oh,
course of like a few hours. And he was writing it on this like busted old janky acoustic guitar with like just the bottom four strings intact. And, he says, I didn't know it at the time, but I categorize it as an unorthodox, untraditional love song. And it's a special one to me. So I love that, it sounds like he wrote this with like imagery, a lot of imagery in mind, but then it kind of evolved into a love song. You know, that happens with my music sometimes. I have words that I love, feelings, imagery that I love, and then it like evolves the meaning out of that over time. So I
mm,
found that interesting.
that's cool. And if you'd like to see Michael play, he'll be performing on June 18th at the Living Room at Theater Works in Hartford.
And then prior to that, we heard Diana Daniels, who is a Northampton-based musician, and a more recent song from 2025 called Drifter. Now, I don't know. I just really loved this tune. I was kind of looking into her because she actually has a performance coming up with Michael Suddes, who you just heard, on June 28th. So it's a little ways away, a little over a month away. But on Sunday, June 28th, we have this really lovely songwriters show with both her, Michael Suddes, and another artist named Tremolo Fields out of Maine. So it's a great little eclectic show at the Marigold Theater in East Hampton, Massachusetts. But I was listening to her songs as I was getting ready to decide whether to book her or not, and I just fell in love with this song. You know, it kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm sort of trapped between worlds a little bit, both in terms of time and place. And I just really dig the lo-fi percussive elements sort of in the intro that then
Mm.
like open up and blossom into the full band with synths and such. It's a really cool, expansive moment. I look forward to hearing more from this artist for sure.
She's listed as writing folk songs and making soup. I wonder what kind of soup she would pair with this song.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. It feels like it could be maybe like some kind of curry-based soup, actually. It's got some
Ooh.
spice to it, but still brothy and really healing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Anyways, and this was another, another song that I asked the artist a bit about, and she told me a bit about the song. You know, she wrote it when she was living in Brooklyn during the winter, and she was sort of sick following a few sunny weeks away from the city and was itching to get outside again. And at the same time was dealing with I don't know, trying to be present in the city that she was living in, and yet also put more effort into being present in relationships and surroundings. And so there's a lot of substance in this song, and I was very curious to hear a bit about what kind of fueled it. And it's just so cool. She has this guy Ben Weinman from Bones Forever, who came up with the great little classic guitar line for that last chorus and really brought the song, end of the song together really nicely, I think. So she made sure to reference him. And her collaborator and producer, Dan Langa, helped conceptualize the shift at the start of the second verse there that she believed really drew people into the feel of the song more that I meant. That's that part that I mentioned, that expansive song, that expansive moment. So the recording process was really a very patchworked thing for them, I guess. But I don't know, felt like it feels really cool. It's just such a cool feel to it, cool flow to it.
Mm, definitely. It's a fresh and mellow tune.
Oh yeah.
So, what do we have coming up next?
Many of you in the Hartford, Connecticut area and beyond, and possibly anywhere really in New England, might be familiar with a band known as Max Creek. We're going to hear a song of theirs. But first, we're going to hear a brand new tune released in April this year by Charlie Diamond with Makayla Nelson, Mountaintops.